And it began in an autumn day, right here in the OAK, California dreaming in the Golden State, Alameda County right here by the bay.
Yes, I represent that nation. Our story. Yes, I represent that nation. Our story. Yes, I represent that nation. Our story. That's right. Representing super in the block, and Mr. Manuel Flaco is here. With our show with Nanny Pity from Oakland to Los Angeles to Vegas to Mexico City. Yes, I represent that nation. Yes, I represent that. Yes, I represent that nation. Yes, I represent that. Yes, I represent that nation. Raider Nation. Raider Nation. For life. And I'm a spicy girl in the mother moon.
And it began on an autumn day, right here in the OAK, Alameda County right here by the bay, California dreaming in the Golden State. And you can find me in that east side, representing that east side. No matter what, we rep that shit.
What's up, Raider Nation? Welcome to For Life, our Raiderettes Roundtable. Thank you for joining us tonight. We, of course, have some fabulous females that are going to be on a little bit later in the show. We have two tonight, sisters Deidra and Roxanne, so we are excited to have them. If you are watching over on Facebook, make sure to come over to YouTube so that you can join the conversation and you can ask them questions, live questions. They'll be able to answer them for you. If you haven't already, light that torch by hitting that like button, subscribe, and share the video. We appreciate all of you here that are watching. We are going to bring in Mother Moon. What's good, Mother Moon?
Hey, what's good, everyone? It's good. Welcome, welcome. Like Spicy Girl said, it's going to be an exciting night to speak to these two fabulous ladies, sisters, and I can't wait to hear all their stories.
I'm sorry, Mother Moon. What did you say? What did you say? Did you say sisters?
I did say
That's our drinking game alert. Every time we say sisters, take a drink if you're of age. If you don't drink, toke. If you don't toke, whip that hair back and forth like our fabulous females do.
Yes, excited to hear their stories.
Yes. All right, Lady T. Lady T, what's good?
What's up, nation? What's up, ladies? Oh, there I go again, glitching.
No,
Nope,
you're good.
you're good.
We see you.
Okay.
What's up, Juan Hernandez, Circus Raider, Raider Singh, Patrick, Ricardo? Let's talk. Let's get into some football talk here a little bit.
Yes.
I don't really know what to say. I mean, the Raiders fans sure showed up in New Orleans, but the Raiders really didn't, did they?
That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
mean, listen, the coaching's the problem here. The coach's got to go. We can get into that a little bit later, but I mean, you can't have that team in the locker room with that many offensive weapons and be 2-5. It's just completely unacceptable. This team should be better. We shouldn't be sitting here talking about a 2-5 team right now. But we'll get into the Josh McDaniels talk a little bit later on our Black Tea. But is it finally time to move on from Derek Carr? This has been an ongoing debate for season after season after season. At 2-5, the Raiders are a long shot to make the NFL playoffs if they haven't been eliminated already. After 9 seasons with DC, is it finally ready to move on? I mean, they went into this Saints game pretty much at 100% minus Waller, but the Saints were hurting. Defense, offense, both sides for the Saints were hurting, so they didn't even face their best. What do you think, Lady T?
Well, they had a lot of injured players, but they didn't play like that, right? They've been kind of struggling, and Kumar basically went in. I want to start off by saying sorry about Sunday's show. I came on that show with all my emotions and not the X's and O's. So I want to start off by that. Anyways, but the Saints...
Sometimes we need a therapy session, girl. It's all good. Sometimes we got to vent.
But so the Saints had a lot of injured players, right? But they didn't play like that. They didn't come with that injured mentality like, oh, we're struggling, which they are struggling. The Saints haven't been doing that well this year, right? And then Kumar came in and he's been basically leading that team this year, right? And he hasn't got any touchdowns. He came in, played against us, scored on us 3 times like nothing. like nothing, right? I mean, our defense could not stop him whatsoever. I mean, Carr couldn't read the field. He wasn't, I mean, there was a lot wrong that day. And if we're going to blame anybody, we need to blame everybody. We need to blame the offense.
I'm down with that.
Yeah.
Coaching staff, right? Like Dennis Allen, he already knows Carr's weaknesses, right? And you could tell just by the first quarter that he knew how to get into Carr's head, right? And then Stidham comes in the last 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter. They didn't have as much of a point to prove on Stidham as they did Carr, but they weren't going to let him score. But Dennis Allen also doesn't know Stidham's weaknesses, right? So I feel like that kind of played, kind of benefited Stidham a little bit compared to Carr. Dennis Allen, he's not a good coach. He coached when Carr was a rookie, and he's not a good coach. But
What does that say though? He's not a good coach, yet he shut out the Raiders.
He should on our play calling. He could call. He knew what we were going to call. Like we started off the game with the I formation. Like I mean, maybe in the game we could have played that I formation, but starting off the game with the I formation got us no yards basically. I mean, we couldn't get past the whole game. We couldn't get past the 50. Like that whole game
until the very end when Stidham came in. Carr when Carr was on the field, never made it past midfield.
He was
that was a joke.
Bad reads, right? Carr's constantly bad reads. He isn't scanning the field, right? Our defense had no rush pass rushing. I mean, there was just a lot. Like if we want to try to pinpoint some of the good things, there was really no good things to pinpoint out of that whole entire 4 quarters, right? I mean, and then you don't want to talk about McDaniels, right? You want to hold.
Well, we'll get into that. We'll get into that a little bit later. Yeah. Well, because like you said, coaching is first and foremost. We kind of touched on this. Michael says Dennis Allen got lucky, but he's still trash as head coach. 11-29 overall is his head coaching record. Yeah, totally. He's a terrible coach. That's our point here. But then you come and shut out the Raiders. Like, what does that say? You know what I mean?
I feel like the Raiders aren't on the same page with McDaniels. And I feel like whatever leading into that game, it showed game day. You know what I mean? Like they cannot get on the same page. It was like after they had.
Why is that though? What's going on with that? Is it they're not focused during practice? I mean, there has to be a reason.
My opinion, right? This is just my opinion, but I feel like Carr's like, I'm going into my 10th year. This is my team. And McDaniels is coming in with this fat ass playbook and the plays aren't working, right? The plays aren't working. He's thinking that he's bringing in this stellar playbook, but it's not working. The team's not meshing with it. They're not clicking, right? They're not on the same page. And Carr doesn't even call McDaniels coach. That right there.
I know. He always referred to Gruden. Once in a while, he'd slip and say Gru. He'd always refer to him as coach. He just called this guy Josh.
Yeah. So that shows right there. There's no respect. There's no, he's not the leader, right? Carr is basically, he's the captain of the team. He leads us, but they don't have, they're not on the same page. There's a respecting that's not going on here. And I want to say the players basically shut down on McAdams on Sunday. What else is the answer? We played like total crap. Our defense isn't good, but our offense is in the top 10, and they're still young. They're still trying to get on the same page. They're still trying to figure out what works for them, right? They'll get it together. By next year, our offense should look pretty good. It should be in the top 5. I'm saying that's my opinion. Our offense should be on the top 5 next year. Our defense still needs a lot of work. Our defense they're trash. Let's be honest, right? But the way we played Sunday showed that we are not a team. We're not on the same page. We can't work together. You know what I mean? It's like everybody has these egos and everybody's just like, fuck the W's. Excuse my language. F the W's. Like, I know more than you. I can't play with you. I can't, we're not working together, and it's showing.
I agree with this comment by Jeffrey. If Carr is the leader, then he needs to take charge then. I would 100% agree with that. Then make the play calls and show some emotion on the bench. Like, We talk about, how much as Raiders fans we despise Brady, but hey, I give it to the guy. At least he seems like he cares, and that's why he has 7 rings. You see when he's, last week or something like that, when the offensive line wasn't doing their job, he let him know he was not happy. Hart just looked dazed and confused sitting on the bench from the very beginning of the game.
Yeah.
And that's
I
not,
agree
to
with
me,
that,
that's not a leader, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's it. I think everybody agrees to that. To lead, sometimes you have to show a little emotion. You have to show that you want to win. You have to show by example, and sometimes your example is shown by that passion off and on the bench. So yeah, I totally agree. He needs to call Josh coach, show the other team players that he is the coach. And just you have to make it work. Sometimes you don't like your employer you work with or your colleagues, but you have to make it work for the organization, for the fans.
It's a new
Totally
team.
agree.
It's a new team, right? So it's going to take time for everybody to get on the same page. It's going to get time for people to respect Josh and his play calling, or to be able to execute those plays. And that's the problem is he calls these plays and we can't execute them. Like, maybe we need to go back to just rushing plays or just run basic routes. You know what I mean? Because something's not working. Something's not clicking. And I feel like there's a whole lot of egos and a whole lot of people bumping heads. I'm torn between Carr and McDaniels. I know with McDaniels coming in, we can't, we're 2-5 right now. 8 games in, we can't say, let's get rid of him now. He hasn't had a full chance to fully prove himself, but I think he does need to switch it up. I think he needs to sit down with the players and be like, look, what is it going to take for all of us to get on the same page? Making it to the playoffs right now, it's 0-9, right? Like, let's face it. We're going to probably win the Jaguars game, and then after that, our schedule goes up a little bit.
You could really say that? Who knows?
I think we're going to beat the Jaguars. They're 2-6.
Okay.
The thing is, they're 2-6 with a brand new coach as well.
Right. So it's anyone's game. It's anyone's game.
Yeah, it is. But there's 10 new head coaches, and that's like the point that I've been proving this year. There's 10 new head coaches this season, and 5 of them are rookies. 5 of them are rookies, and 4 out of those rookies won their first game starting off this season. And they have a better record than us this year. And they weren't the talk of the town. They weren't supposed to be that stellar team that we were supposed to be. But we still can't figure it out. 8 games in, we're still not on the same page.
Yeah, with that said, at 2-5, do you think this is the best 2-5 team ever? And to lead, let me know what you think in the chat. Do you think this is the best 2-5 league ever? And also, true or false, do you think the Raiders are the most disappointing team in the NFL?
Well, they are the most disappointing team to us.
Us, for sure.
For sure. I mean, who wants that? Yeah, but yeah, they are the most disappointing team because I think from all fans, from all different teams, they expected the Raiders to come out this power team with the new players they have, the new stadium, I think everyone's just kind of like, womp womp, what happened, So I think they're kind of a disappointment to others besides us, besides the fans.
That's the question. So true or false?
Happy.
True.
All right. Circus Raider says, I love DC the man, but I'm over DC the player. He tries too hard to be a teacher's pet instead of taking charge of the offense. McDaniels had Brady, and you think he did everything McDaniels wanted? ? No, of course not.
No.
And then he carries on to say, I'm with you on that, Michael Houston. Why does he keep trying the trick plays? Because Michael said, he needs to stop with the trick plays. Yeah, I mean,
just run basic routes right now because we cannot get on the same page. Like, it's sad. We are bumping heads like a bunch of high school players that are just have big ass egos. And if Sunday's game didn't lower your ego and kind of hurt your pride there, I don't know what will, right? We are right now the worst team. We're the worst team. The Giants, their head coach, he's a rookie. They're 6-2 right now. The Vikings, new coach. He's a rookie. They're 6-1 right now. So what is our excuse? I'm trying to figure out, like, is it McDaniels? Is it Carr? I feel like it's a little bit of both of them, because
Totally.
Carr's,
It's all of them. It's everyone.
it's all of them, but there's like a whole bunch of egos, right? I mean, upcoming quarterbacks. There's really no upcoming quarterbacks for the next 3 years. I mean, any impressive quarterbacks? I mean, we would have to take a quarterback from another team and then start all over again. So is getting rid of Carr the answer? Maybe next year, starting off fresh? Yes. You know,
I
I know
personally think getting rid of the coach is the answer, and I say do it now.
yeah, but it's like starting a business, right? It's like your second year is usually when you stop losing that money and you stop making those mistakes, and that's when your business starts excelling, right? So it's like, we haven't really given him a chance. The Broncos gave McDaniels 2 years and he degressed as a coach, so they fired him. Mm-hmm. So us signing him as the Raiders, you know, I think we're trying to put his past aside and see if he can bring that A game and impress us as a coach. And so far, none of us are impressed.
Right.
We're not impressed, but Mark Davis says he's not going anywhere.
Yeah,
so he's sticking by him. Yeah, he's going to.
We're going to get into that later, Mother Moon. And then we are going to bring in our fabulous females here. I see them backstage, Miss Deidra and Miss Roxanne. Do you have any questions for our fabulous females? Go ahead and leave leave a question in the comments, and hopefully they will be able to respond to you. They're always fun, so you don't want to miss this segment, everyone. It is the Raiderette Black Light.
They said the light should come from me, but we haven't. Hi.
Hi.
I'm dark again. There's no light anymore.
There you go. Come a little closer, my love. So everyone, let's welcome the fabulous sisters. Our former
like this.
We have Deidra and Roxanne. Now remember, the drinking word for the night is sister or sister. So let's welcome Big Raider. Welcome to you, ladies. Thank you so much for being with us.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Now, I want to tell the chat line here that you are, well, maybe there's one other sister team, but you are the only sister team that performed together for the Raiders. True or false?
Yes, that's pretty much. There was another sister team, and they danced together for a year. But my sister and I, we are the sister team that danced together the longest.
Right, which was 4 years or so. Which is a long time, actually.
Yeah, so we both danced 4 years, but we danced together on the team for 3 years.
Nice, nice. Okay, so let me ask you, when did you all know that you wanted to be Raiderette? We do know there's always one person in your life that has you being that Raider fan, but what was it growing up and knowing that you wanted to be a dancer for the Raiders? Or did you know?
Gosh, I think I knew since I was 9 years old, if it sounds kind of cliche. I was, a cheerleader and a dancer during my junior high years. And I remember telling my dad that when I turned 18, I wanted to become a Raiderette because he had took me to one playoff game. And that's when I was exposed to it. And I was like, wow, I want to be that when I grew up. So when I turned 18, Dad, I want to be a Raiderette. And then I turned 18 and they moved. That was the year they moved the first time. So I was no, this is not happening. This can't be true. And so I ended up, unfortunately, I was so heartbroken. And when they moved to LA the first time, and then so I ended up auditioning for the United States Football League, which is known as the USFL, the Oakland Invaders. And I ended up doing that for 3 years. And then when they came back in 96, well, actually 95 part, but 96, they had tryouts. Then I decided, wow, am I too old now? What can I do? Everyone's so young. This is my last shot. I'm just going to go for it. And I did. But I didn't make it on the first time. But then the second time I tried out, I made the team in 97. So I was really, really excited.
And then the sisters came together. sisters. That means drink, toke, or twerk.
Yes.
If you're having, yes.
I have my bottle, my water here, so I'll do that.
Yeah.
That works. We're not promoting anything, but having a good time.
Yeah.
So tell us, when you first made it on the team together, who was that first person you called, and tell us why?
We called our father, and that was the best call I ever made. I mean, it was just the best. We were both so emotional. They called my sister's number first. I think you were number 65, sis, and I was number 180.
The number?
Yeah, I mean, it was my number was so far from her. So when they called both of our numbers, the first person we called was our father, and he was so happy.
Yeah, because he's a long. Oh, there he is.
Oh my goodness! Wow!
Where is this photo taken? Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah,
calendar release party.
Diehard Raider fan, and
Diehard Raiders fan.
At every calendar release party, he had season tickets. He would be waving in the fan,
windmilling at the top.
Fans. Yes,
Great
in the
memories.
stands, like a super. So it was cute.
It was cute. Oh,
it was.
But tell us, how is it to work for the organization? It's because you're not just a dancer. You actually are, you have to be in shape, right? You have to show up on time. You are dedicated and committed to them just as much as the players are. So what is how did you prepare for your routines?
Well, when you dance for the NFL, I mean, it's a creative job. It is a job. You have to show up. You have to show up on time. And, you've seen their uniform. I mean, you have to fit your uniform, and you get one uniform. So therefore, if you decide to gain weight, you don't get a new uniform. So, many of us would supplement our workouts. We train 3 days a week, going to rehearsal, and the smart ones also trained in their own time and ate healthy. So you can fit in that uniform. That's very revealing, right, sis?
Yeah, and we didn't eat salad.
Let's keep everyone on track. Sis counts.
Right. We didn't eat salad, 365 days a year. We ate like normal people. We just kind of watch our diet, closer auditions, just to stay fit and have energy and everything, and just knew the perimeter of when auditions were coming up. You start training a few months, 3 to 6 months in advance, so you are prepared, because not only you have to get in that uniform before making the team. If you're fortunate to make the team, you have to get in that two-piece dance outfit. So you want to look good. You want to look presentable.
And with that, we have a question from a chat from Lady T, one of our hosts here. She's asking, were you ladies competitive with each other or supportive? How did that work out?
Oh, we were very supportive. I mean, that's my sister. I mean, I can remember the day that the year that she made it, I remember holding her hand. And remember, she was shaking, waiting for that number to be called. And it was just such a wonderful, just uplifting experience hearing my sister's number called, because I did 1 year on the squad. And then when we had, believe it or not, this is a true story, when they scheduled us for our first promo, because we had to do promos throughout the season, they happened to schedule me and my sister at a promo, which happened to be our old elementary school, and it was the pancake breakfast, and it was the most wonderful experience in the world. We walked through the schoolyard holding hands. It was the very first time she put on her uniform, and I just cried, and she threw her camera, and we were just like so excited because we were at our elementary school, which is Sequoia Elementary School in Oakland, and it was just the most heartfelt experience ever. So we were always supportive, 100% with each other all the time.
Thank you, Lady T, for thinking we're beautiful. And I'll get back on what my sister said. Like, my sister and I, we recognize, hey, we're working together, and with that, it can bring forth certain levels of stress. So we try to remain calm and do our job to our fullest, and bring each other up. For example, she got to go to Canada. Of all the 50 girls, 3 of them were chosen to go to Canada, and I was so happy for her. And I got to go to Hawaii So I want her to get publicity, and she supports me when I get publicity. So we bring each other up, and yes, we support each other, and we don't compete against one another.
Never have. Yeah, never have.
That's great. Yeah, that's great. And then I want to show some other photos from your young days starting out in your uniforms. Now that you're bringing out the uniforms, you were actually. Let's see if we can get a couple of you. And then you can tell us. Look at that. Look at this. That's not fabulous. I don't know what is.
Woo, got that leg pop.
The leg pop.
The leg pop, the infamous leg pop, the Raiderette leg pop. We still stand like that. I do.
I'm sure you do.
I still stand as posture.
Now this photo.
I love that shot.
Oh, wow. That was the year of tryouts. Oh, my goodness.
I remember my sister that year.
So many memories make me cry. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. My sister made it that year, and I didn't make it that year. And then I came back with the vengeance and made it the following year. So that was, wow, that I look like a baby in that shot.
I see you still have your numbers on there. So that was actually the tryouts.
Oh,
yes. We had to always have our number on us pinned when we were in our cocktail dress for the interview before did the dance portion. We had to kind of hold that number with poise, get up on a 5-foot stool, seemed like it with no back, and look glamorous and hold that number. That number was stuck with us for life throughout the audition.
Oh, awesome. We have Circus Raider here asking. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I see a question here. Did Raiders have to create their own routine, or was there a choreographer that taught you? Yes, we had a choreographer and an assistant choreographer that taught us many different routines. Thank God we didn't have to make up our own.
And so what happens if you didn't catch that routine? It was like you had maybe an hour to learn it, or how did that work out?
Well, we had plenty of time to learn it. We rehearsed 3 days a week, and you had to learn the material. Even if, let's say, you miss a day, when you came back to practice the next time, they expected you to know the material, or you would know that. I mean, like with any job, when they give you a task, it is your responsibility to do the job. And if you don't do it, there are consequences for that. So we were really good like that. We were good with getting together, practicing, or getting together with our other fellow teammates to make sure that we were on point game day.
Yeah. You always had to practice.
Right? Yeah. If you had each other, if you needed to practice with each other after your practice, that probably helped that as well.
Yeah, you have to do a lot of practicing in your own time because you're responsible for knowing the choreography. Sometimes you had a week to learn it. Sometimes you had 2 weeks. Sometimes you had days. I mean, you're talking about we in our time, we had 50 girls on our squad. Every year I was on the team. It's a lot of girls to manage on the field. So you had to know your points and your counts and your music and when to begin and when to end. And if you had a solo and, you had to know your marks. I mean, it's a lot. It's not just performing, dancing and flipping hair. We really dance out there. You got to know, and it's not just hair. We did the choreography, flipping the hair. Yeah. But we also danced and did leaps and splits and cartwheels and all kind of stuff and tumbling. So yeah, we were pretty, athletic. All the girls were very athletic.
I don't think we did cartwheels, but some.
We did. Well, the first year I did, we did.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Some girls did.
Yeah, where they did somersaults. Where certain girls did gymnastics. So. But my sister and I did not do any of that. Or did you?
No, I wasn't trying to do the tricks. So we call those tricks now. But I mean, I could do a cartwheel and still can. But no, I was like, I'll let that to the tumblers.
I'm sure you can. I'm sure you can. And tell me, did you? I know I saw a photo earlier. Did you do some calendar work? I saw some beautiful till. Look at that.
Oh.
Look at that, everyone.
Ooh, okay. I remember that day.
That made it in the calendar. Yeah. So the calendar came out every year. So we have uniform shots and we have swimsuit shots. That's another great motivator to make sure you watch your diet and you work out so you look good in a bikini, because only 24 girls out of 50 got bikini shots. So it's competitive. I mean, once you make it, the competition continues. So.
Right. And that particular calendar shoot year, the theme of the calendar was twins, anyone who looked it like each other. So of course we knew me and my sister were going to be paired together. So it was all everybody who looked similar. Like we had two girls who had really cute short hairdos, very trendy hair. They were paired together. And then we had two girls who were had the same kind of blue color eyes with blonde hair. So me and my sister, of course, we look alike. We were paired together. And so that was
beautiful high cheekbones, and that smile is just everything. And you look like sisters, right? So
yes.
Thank you.
So let's drink to that.
Let's drink to that. I'm drinking water.
Let's drink to that.
Mm-hmm. I know I have water. Sorry, I have a little cold, so I'm like trying to hydrate.
That's okay. And then throughout the years, you just continue to do your dance. You just, I believe one of you had a Raiderette of the Week. One of you had a Raiderette of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct? So tell me those stories.
Well, my sister got Raiderette of the Week. So did I. My rookie year, I got Rookie of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
So that was nice. It's nice when you get awards. It lets you know all your hard work is paid off.
Oh yeah, you know that's great. So good. I know there's a plaque. Was that correct? With your name inside the stadium, in the Allegiant Stadium. Is that correct?
Yes. One of my friends took a picture of that, so I got on the Raiderette Hall of Fame. So my name is on the plaque, Rookie of the Year. So,
so next time we take a tour. Yeah, we take a tour out there. We'll say, we know her.
Yes. I was so happy for my sister when she got Rookie of the Year. I was just so excited. I was more excited than she was. I was really excited to her getting the Rookie of the Year because she worked so hard, and it's, it's a prestigious award to get because they award Rookie of the Year, two of them, and then 2 Dancers of the Year, and then Raiderette of the Year, which gets to go to Hawaii at the time. Sometimes it's been Florida, to the Pro Bowl, basically, to perform with other NFL cheerleaders who got, Cheerleader of the Year.
Oh, wow. That's great. You have a friend in here. You have some fans. Larry Eagle. He's awesome.
Oh, my brother-in-law. Oh, my gosh. Hi, Larry. Hey, that's my husband's twin brother.
Husband's twin brother. Oh, look at that. So, Larry, please hit that subscribe button. Hit that thumbs up, like, and watch your sister-in-law here, show us and tell us what they have to offer. Thank you, Larry, for joining. Now, Travis, Raider Travis, he's one of our favorites. He's always on supporting. So thank you, Travis. He's asking, what was your favorite year to cheer, if you had one?
Let's see.
I'll answer that. I would say my favorite year was my 3rd year, and that year out of 50 of us, 3 of us got to go to Hawaii, and that was a really fun promo. We went to all the islands, and police officers played basketball against retired NFL players. So and they raised funds which go to underprivileged children. So it was for a good cause, and that was really fun. And plus I got to hang out in Hawaii for a week, so that was great.
Nice. And I do want to bring up one photo that you sent, and I want to share with everyone before time goes by. This was at your reunion, and you went to in this special photo to you. It's your iconic Black sisters, your fellow Raiderettes.
Oh, yes. Another shot.
Is that not everything?
That is the one. Yes.
Love it. I absolutely love the shot. Like, we just decided to take it, and we ran and we did that photo, and I think that photo is epic. And one of the girls in the photo you had on your show, Adrienne.
We did. Yes. She's right there in the front. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just gorgeous. And just to reunite with those ladies that you hadn't seen, and you're saying they're from all different eras. So they're younger, older, and now to get together. Yeah, to get together.
All different ages.
Right. And now I'm sure you'll be long life friends. Not that you weren't before, but now it just rekindled that sisterhood.
It's nice. Like when we walk away and go on with life, and then when we all come together again, it's like as if no time has passed by. Like it's wonderful to see my fellow Raiderette sisters and all of us dance together, game day, and hang out and have fun.
It was just a wonderful weekend. We were spoiled. We got to perform. Hadn't seen our sisters in some in 10 years or more. So it was just so heartwarming just to see everybody and everyone's happy and healthy and alive and well and ready to dance. It was just such a wonderful party all weekend long. And we need to have it like every couple of years because we miss each other all the time and we get lost in life and realize, oh gosh, I haven't seen you in like 8 years. But everyone looks so beautiful and everyone's happy and getting on that field is just always just incredible moment. Getting on that field, we never lose track of that. We all get glamorous and we get out there and dance and we're happy and we know how to dance for those cameras.
I know you do. I know you do. Now you went to the Win Club out there. They treated you really special, right? Oops,
I was going to say we were in a beautiful VIP section right behind the field posts, the goal posts, and it was just great. And I had no idea we were going to get spoiled as much as we did. We had lots of great food, champagne, beautiful waitresses waiting on us hand and foot. So I'm really grateful I did that trip because it was the best reunion we've had.
Wonderful. See how time just flies by as you were saying. I'm sure you have so many stories, beautiful sisters. Thank you so much for joining us. I know there's going to be a part 2 because we're just going to continue this conversation. But please stay with us. Oh, sorry. Okay, I was just informed we're going to keep you for another 10 minutes.
Oh yeah. Okay. You're down.
Okay. Oh, there.
Thank you.
Let's bring the cast in.
Hi.
Hey, beautiful, fabulous females. How are you? Thanks for being here.
Hello.
We've got Raider Rosie, and Lady T. I'm Spicy Raider Girl. We've been loving your stories from listening to backstage. I know Lady T had a couple questions for you that she has here in the comments. Lady T, you want to go ahead and ask these ladies,
these sisters?
Salud.
I'm hearing a little static. I don't know if you're experiencing that, Roxanne. Okay.
No, I'm okay.
Hopefully it's
okay.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. Do you guys still attend the games? Do you guys still fly out there and, go out there and still support and all that stuff?
Yes. I mean, this is my first game since they moved to Vegas. I do plan to go to future games. I know our season is not going so well this season, but it's still a diehard Raider fan regardless. And I like to go back again, hopefully this season or even next season as a spectator just to watch because I love football. I'm a football fanatic fan and it's just such an awesome stadium. Wow. I mean, just what we're used to when we came from Oakland to go into Allegiant, it was just incredible just to watch all the visuals and how beautiful the stadium is. So I definitely want to go back and cheer our Raiders on.
Oh, we'd love for you to we'd love to, well, I'll speak for myself, but I'm sure everyone else would agree. We'd love to attend a game with you.
Yes. We'll have a good time for sure. We know how to have a good time. Yes, absolutely.
How hard was your guys' conditioning? I used to be a cheer coordinator and I know I was no joke. So you guys were Raiderettes. Right? Like I'm like, little peon, but what was your guys' conditioning?
Just to get prepared.
For conditioning. You mean like working out? What do you mean by conditioning? Like working out or?
Yeah, like what kind of conditioning did your coach you guys do? Like, or was it just basically you guys did your own conditioning, workouts and all that stuff? You know what I mean? Like, or was it? Practice was basically just like going over like the dance movements and like the chairs and all that stuff, and then you guys did your own conditioning on the side.
Yeah, we did back in our day. We did, you had to kind of do it on your own time. But, the dancing, the rehearsals gave us a lot of conditioning, but a lot of girls did do extra on their own. I mean, nowadays, dance teams have changed tremendously. Yes. Now they give them a fitness coach to condition them to get ready, and even when they're on the squad. So things have changed just with the era of time. They have more resources to stay in shape and not have to necessarily go, to pay for a membership. They have those resources available for them, so they can be, in shape for auditions and throughout the season, because it takes a lot of endurance to dance those routines. I mean, it's very physical. It's not, like I said, it's not just, step one, step two, you're really moving from formation to formation. You got to breathe properly, and you got to make sure properly, and so you have
You're
the energy
athletes as well.
Yes,
Yeah, well,
absolutely.
a lot of people test that with the cheerleaders, right? They're like, you guys aren't, it's not a sport, but actually to cheer and be out there and to be able to dance and compose yourself and be able to not get winded and all that, right? Like that's where all the stuff that you have to do in the background just to like perform the way you guys do come game time, right? There's a lot in the background.
Right, exactly. You have to prepare and just to stay in shape and keep up and and get plenty of sleep. So a couple of times I maybe had a few hours of sleep, but I had to do what I had to do because the showtime was the next day, and you're spending the night before prepping. So sometimes you're not necessarily get 8 hours of sleep, but once you get there, you get that second win, that second tank, and you just go, and you just think about it later and just perform to the standards of the team, because you don't want to let yourself down nor your team members. So you want to make sure you hit every move and be prepared.
Yeah, we have a question in here by Circus Raider. He's asking if you have any L. Davis stories. If not L. Davis stories, let's see, do you have any other stories that maybe you could hear? Any other L. Davis? Any kind of stories?
I never spoke to him about one.
I ran across him on the field, and he was standing talking to, I think, one of the coaches, but that's as close as I got to him. I didn't get to physically have a conversation with him or anything. But other than that, he's always on the field and he's pleasant. He speaks to us, hello, ladies, and that's about it, But he seemed pleasant with the Raiderettes always when we crossed his path.
All right. Raider Rosie, do you have any questions for our fabulous females before they go here?
No, I don't. I just want to thank you ladies for being here. We appreciate it.
Yes, always.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, let's go through. We've got a couple more minutes with you here. Let's just see. Let's go through a couple more of these photos that we have. This one is from the reunion. Look at you going on still, right? The Raider. What'd you call it, Roxanne?
Pop that leg. Still popping
that leg.
Popping that leg. Always. And your folks pop that leg.
We've got this photo here.
That was with Mario Bobino. He interviewed us at the championship game against the Ravens.
What year? Oh, okay. So now I should know this, right? You gave me a hint because I'm like, which year was that?
That was 2000, year 2001. Yes, that was.
Okay.
We missed the Super Bowl by that championship game. We lost that championship at home. That was on your birthday, sis. Remember? Ugh, that was heartbreaking. Yes, but we didn't make it to the Super Bowl. So I was like, oh gosh, that was painful for a while. Yes, absolutely.
Oh, that's it. So how as Raiderettes, how far did you make it? Like how far did the team make it when you were cheering? Like what's the furthest they made it, if that makes sense?
That was the furthest I made it, that championship game against the Ravens in 2001. And then the next year, then I left. And then sis, you stayed on there the next year. And you guys, did you make the playoffs? I can't remember. Your last year, did you make it to playoffs? Did you hear me? I don't know if she can hear me.
What's the question, sis?
I don't know how far. I think they made the playoffs.
Did you make it to the playoffs the last year you were cheering?
Did I make it? I'm sorry, you guys are going in and out.
As far as the team,
connection.
It's okay. It's okay. Let's take another look at another photo here. This photo, I know exactly where this was taken. If you've ever been to the Oakland Coliseum, you will recognize this for sure.
There's that group shot. Yes, line 2. Line 2 rocking. So my sister's in the front there. She's right in the middle, and then I'm behind her, diagonal to her.
Okay, that's I see it. 2. Yeah.
Wow, yes, and that's 2. At the O.co.
Yes, it was. And we were line 2, like forever. It's based on height, hair color. So me and my sister were in the same line. So it was a great line. I remember that line. It was so strong, so vibrant. Yes.
Do you still have your uniform, jackets, and everything?
Yes, I still have it hanging up in that little plastic garment bag. I look at it sometime. I'm like, ooh, okay. I'm not going to try that on. But we still have it.
Look at
Yeah,
them.
this
Woo!
is yes. Work it.
Action shot.
Looking
I
good.
love that shot.
Awesome.
What is so? Wait, it looks like you have like a. You have a black shirt or something under there. That looks different. The uniform.
It was a turtleneck. I
Jacket?
think they let us wear turtlenecks since we
Oh,
had jackets on or something.
Ah,
It was so
okay, because it was
cold.
cold. It was
Yeah.
cold.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool. Yeah, we had it.
do you get to keep all the uniform changes, like the turtleneck, the shirts, the jackets?
Yes.
You keep
Mm-hmm. We get
everything.
to keep everything. We get to keep everything. You know, some girls even frame their uniform in a big, beautiful frame, and
Yeah.
that's a good idea. Just kind of preserve it. Yeah. So
That's
we
a
get to keep
Look,
everything, all the gear.
look at Miss Thing here. You better work.
Oh, we were so young, Lord
Yeah,
You
Jesus.
better
We were so
work.
young. Woo! Our first year.
That's beautiful.
it's
Oh
the
my
hair
Great
big
job.
hair
queen.
days.
Yes.
That's the big hair days.
Right?
Poofy big hair.
Well, ladies, I know you have a hard stop at 6:45 because I mean, do you want to tell them, Roxanne? You know, you've got some other dance commitments you need to get to.
Well, yes, not tonight. I'm off tonight, but tomorrow I go back to rehearsal. Because I currently dance for the Golden State Warriors. Yes, in the
Oh,
NBA. I converted over to the NBA. I'm
Yay.
on now. It's the senior team called the Hardwood Classics, and this is my 4th year. I was on the championship team last year,
Still
so
doing it.
yay, exciting. So we're off to our new season and NBA. Here we go, and it's going to be a very captivating season, very busy, very rewarding season. We're really excited, and we have a great group of people on our team that are just phenomenal. We have 4 squads there at Gold State Warriors. You know, the Gold Squad, which are the Warrior girls, and the Blue Crew, and the Junior Jam, which are the younger kids, and then us, the Hardwood Classics, representing the Dubs.
We
Yes.
love it. We love it. And we actually have some friends. The friends of ours, kids are on the Junior Jam team.
Oh my gosh, I probably know them.
Yeah, you
Absolutely.
probably do. You probably do. I know
Yeah.
you gotta go, ladies. Any last thoughts before we let you go? And we would love to have you back anytime.
Yes, thank you for having us. It's been a great interview, and we love talking with you
Lee.
and letting you know all our great experiences. We have so many, and it's been a great time here. I love you.
All right, before you
I
go,
thank
we're still
you.
gonna be on. We're still gonna be
You
on till
guys
7. But ladies, you know we go out one way and only one
And only
way.
one
Later all day.
Raiders.
Woo!
Thank you,
Live life.
ladies. Thank
Yes,
you.
Bye.
yes.
Thank you. They were awesome. That's the sisters, Deidra and Roxanne. We would love to have them back on the show if they were willing to come back, because I know we had a limited amount of time with them tonight because of our obligations, but we were so happy to have them both on. So beautiful, so many great stories and such great energy. So thank you, fabulous
Absolutely. Born and
females. We
raised
appreciate you.
Yeah, born here in the Bay Area, danced together. I mean, how wonderful to dance with your sister for 3 years for the team you love and for the team your dad loved and brought you up to be a Raider fan. So yeah, they have very special memories together for sure. Thank you.
All right, let's get into this next segment here. You know it. We love it. The black tea. The black tea, everybody. Oh my goodness. There was another closed door meeting between Raiders owner Mark Davis and Josh McDaniels. Sends message about job security after ugly 2-5 start in the 2020 season. Woo! When the Raiders hired Josh McDaniels back in January, they had high hopes for this guy. We all had high hopes for this guy, but it has been a disappointing season. A lot of fingers are being pointed at him. I solely think it's his fault that the Raiders are 2-5. That's my personal opinion. But what do you think? What do you make of this? Like, do you think something will come of this? Will Mark Davis actually make a move and fire him? What do you think, ladies?
No. I'll go first. I don't think he's going to get fired because it's more mud on Mark Davis's face. Like he just can't pick the right guy. So I think he's just going to stick with them and not to see.
Everyone already thinks that anyway.
But I mean, I don't know. I'm going to say he's going to stick with them. He's going to stick with them. That's my thought.
All right, Lady T thinks that Lady T not only thinks that Mark Davis will stick with him, Lady T agrees that Lady T agrees that Mark Davis should stick with him. Raider Rosie, what do you think?
I think he's going to stick with him. So I heard.
All right. Oh, get it.
I heard all the tea was
to be a Raiders for a while. That's what I heard. And we got to deal with it. But to your point, Spicy Girl, he did take accountability. He finally took accountability at the press conference. We talking McDoodlehead. He did. It's his fault. He finally took accountability. And they're like, oh, everybody wants to blame the coach. You got that right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. This is hilarious. Circus Raider says, if you embarrass the Raiders one more time, Josh, I'm sending you to my barber.
Hella funny.
That's hilarious. Hello, Anna. Hello, Fish and Game. Killicuz, Mallow Marsh, Larry, Lady T. What do you got to say? I know you kind of said it a little, but what do you got? You got anything else to say to the T?
Well, Davis did say he wished he didn't get rid of Gruden or Bisaccia. So he said that if he could go back and do it again, he would. So I think right now he's questioning himself. Like, do I get rid of him just because half the nation, and you got to admit, the nation is divided right now. Half of them are blaming McDaniels and the other half are blaming Carr, right? No, nobody's on the same page. We're so divided right now by the nation. But I feel like Davis is doing that because he feels like, he reacted off of emotion or whatever in the past and didn't actually sit down and think about, the aftermath of getting rid of the coaches. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's why he's holding on to McDaniels. I feel like he's going to give him at least a 2-year run. But the thing is we knew all the other coaches' contracts. We don't know Josh McDaniels' contract. So why is that? That's kind of one of the things where I'm like, big question mark. Why do we not know his contract? Why is it such a secret?
Interesting.
Right? What is the reason behind that? Why is his contract not out there like everybody else's contract was out there? We knew their terms. We knew what they were getting paid. We know nothing about Josh McDaniels' contract.
He's like the Donald Trump of NFL.
No taxes. You're not seeing my taxes.
You're not seeing my taxes.
Look, you're gonna sip to that.
I think we need to sit back and watch what the Eagles are doing. They're the only team that is undefeated this year. We need to take notes off the Eagles and be like, how do we get on your guys' page? Which we're not going to get there this year, but how do we get on their page for next year? Right? How do we become that stellar team that we were supposed to be this year?
I'll take notes on anybody's page at this point.
Not anybody's, but
I mean, listen, there's only like 2 teams that are worse than the Raiders right now. So that to me is like anybody.
Well, yeah. The Jaguars got one more loss than us. The Saints and the Broncos got one more win than us. The Texans are 1-5. So, I mean, the Texans are a little bit worse than us. Granted, they're in a different division, but
right. And we're like the thing was, impressive win against the Titans. The Raiders are, what happened after the impressive win against the Texans to have this fall apart? The Texans are terrible.
The Saints aren't that much better. They just know.
They are that much better. They're 24-0 better, actually. Miss In Denial. Miss In Denial. No, they are 24-0 better to be exact.
But they've been struggling. They weren't. Nobody even who's the Saints this year. Nobody brought them up. They weren't that stellar team, and they have been this year.
Say it again, Lady T. Who that?
Yeah, who that? We don't know.
Why they?
Well, we were hungry. We were hungry on Sunday, so they sent us home with a bunch of donuts. I mean, they were plain donuts, but Oreos, donuts, whatever you want to call them. That's what they sent us home with. But I mean, I think we got the Jags game. I really do.
Looking forward, yeah. Looking forward, I think so. I think we have the advantage because they just took a loss in London. Do you know how long the flight is from London?
That's true.
And it's longer when you're coming home with a loss.
Well, actually, it's probably just as close. London to Florida might be just as close as. Oh, I guess they're not coming from Oakland. They're from Oakland to Florida.
No, we're
Yeah,
we're coming from New Orleans. They're
That's
already
right.
in the South.
Yeah.
Miami to Florida is what, an hour? I mean, I'm sorry.
Like
Florida to New Orleans is an hour flight. Unless they were on a bus. But you can get to
I don't want to hear any
Louisiana
excuses.
from Florida in an hour from, so they're good. That's why that's just me looking forward. We have that advantage. We're both coming off losses. We're both hungry, but I think that
Are we?
Yeah, that's a good
so.
point, Mother Moon.
I think so. Now listen, Adams was confused. He's like, I don't know what happened. Renfro was confused. He's like, I'm still trying to digest. Like, they're hungry, but when you
Let me tell you, girl. Let me tell you. When I'm hungry, I'm not confused. I know. I know.
But you have no wins. He's hungry, but he needs to get the food. So let's get those wins.
Yes, no more donuts. But Josh made Mac Jones look good, right? He made Mac Jones look good. So if we get on the same page, why can't we make our Raiders look good? Like, I'm just saying, and I don't think Dave Ziegler, I don't think he's not the one. He's not the one. We need to replace him. We have a whole new coaching staff, a whole new regimen going on out here. Like just too many conflicts going on. Too many conflicts.
Too many, for sure. Well, Mother Moon, you have any final thoughts for us?
Final thoughts. See you at the next game. Cheering on.
All right. Raider Rosie, any final thoughts?
Me?
See you next game. Go Raiders.
Hey, just win. Commitment to excellence.
Let's live up to that already.
Just win? That's a
CTE. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Last comment. I agree. There's something fishy going on. And Tim
Who
Brown
said that?
perfectly. Tim Brown said it perfectly. Something is not right. And we all see it. We got to stop pointing fingers and accusing of what it is. We got to wait till it comes out to light to figure out.
Okay. No, well, that's just more to my point then. That's this conspiracy, if that's right, that's even more of a reason to get rid of
Remember
McDaniels.
a couple weeks ago?
Right. That's crazy.
But if you think this is true, and if Belichick has something out for McDaniels, and that's even more reason to get rid of him.
But why were the Patriots just openly handing us or openly practicing with us or openly nobody likes the Patriots. I don't give a damn what people say. That's not America's team, right? I am not a fan of the Patriots. I've
never heard that.
Well, the Patriots.
After the World Towers went down, they were supposed to be.
Yeah, quote unquote. But I'm just saying, I don't trust the Patriots. They're sneaky They're sneaky, right?
So mad.
I'm going back to I got trust issues. I'm just saying. So I hope we win. Actually, we're gonna win this game. After that, I'm not holding my
So I guess our final thoughts are see you next game and just win, baby. And what is your
commitment to excellence?
Commitment to excellence. Let's live it up. Let's our season's done. Let's just have fun the rest of the season. That's my last comment. Let's just have fun and play some good, hard, football.
Yeah. One thing, thinking of commitment to excellence, maybe McDaniels hasn't gotten on that train. Like, you gotta be committed to excellence. This is the Raiders. Al Davis, baby. Let's go.
Yeah.
You have to be.
All right,
I
let's
think,
go.
yeah.
All right, everyone, that's our show. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining Deidra and Roxanne, our fabulous females. Join us next week. We'll be back at our regular time at 6:30. We'll have some more fabulous females on our show, so make sure to tune in for that. And remember, it's not just a franchise, it's a family. You never know what one might be going through, so be kind to one another and occasionally check in on your Raider Nation familia. All right, ladies, you know we go out one way and
Okay.
only one
only one
way.
way.
Raiders!
And it began in an autumn day, right here in the OAK, California dreaming in the Golden State, Alameda County right here by the bay.
Yes, I represent that nation. Our story. Yes, I represent that nation. Our story. Yes, I represent that nation. Our story. That's right. Representing super in the block, Mr. Manuel Flaggio is here.
Without showing any pity, from Oakland to Los Angeles to Vegas to Mexico City.
Yes, I represent that nation. Yes, I represent that nation. Yes, I represent that. Yes, I represent that nation. Yes, I represent that. Yes, I represent that nation.
Raider Nation, Raider Nation, for life. And I'm a spicy girl in the mother moon. And it began on an autumn day, right here in the OAK, Alameda County, right here by the bay, California dreaming in the Golden State. And you can find me in that east side, representing that east side. No matter what, we rep that shield.
Good night, everyone. Tomorrow or next week, join us. We have other sisters, the Budano sisters, Michelle and Melissa. So make sure to tune in for those fabulous females. Good night, everyone.
Night.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.